saw the beginning of that video. Haha. Sorry. Actually, in fact, let me stop this. Okay. There's a video out there. Hope I don't even know if it's gonna go live, but where I tried to do this and the microphone wasn't on. Oops. Basically, starting DC Worlds Collide. A lot of you guys who were part of DC Legends, did I say a lot? I don't even know if any of you are gonna see this. Suggested that I move to this one or DC Dark Legions. I looked at Dark Legions. It did not look interesting to me at all. I mean, if that's your thing, cool. For me, nope. Check DC Worlds Collide, and I love it. Like, I resisted starting a new game because I was so into Marvel Strike Force, and I could never find a space to where I could make Marvel Strike Force content. I tried, and I do like it, but there's so many good, great content creators that I actually watch on streams and stuff. That I was just like, I just didn't find a spot. I didn't feel like there was a spot for me. DC Worlds Collide, I started Sunday. I said to myself, wait a month before you make content. And like today, I just woke up and I was like, I'm just gonna do something. So right now it's my lunch break. I'm gonna do a little stream and I'm gonna kind of make a video. I'm gonna kind of make a video. And this video is probably gonna be haphazard and bumpy as I get back into it, and I'll probably even do it again. But in this video, it's gonna be character guides and the Affinity, like kind of linking those two together and how they work. And yeah, I'll get into it. But this is just the preamble before I start the video, and before I start the video itself that I'll have to clip out. But I think, honestly, I could just get into it. So yeah, finished my Green Arrow at 100, or finished. He's not finished at all, but, and actually maybe we should go with the guy whose shirt I'm wearing. Favorite superhero of all time. Oh, you're making noise? Don't do that. Batman. All right. And I can't wait until I make my DC Legends intro. Like, or not Legends, DC Worlds Collide intro. And the reason I've said that is because I like my Marvel Strike Force intro a lot. My DC Legends intro was the best. Knighthood was, man. Did I even do Raid Shadow Legends content way back when? That one I didn't like so much either. Barely remember it. So I can't, like, this game has a lot of awesome animation. I love the artwork. So like I can't wait to make that intro. And they have some good like cut scenes and everything else. That only show like once a day, and that's cool. But then when you're trying to use it to make a video, I kind of need it. So tomorrow I have to remember to like just start recording all my battles. So anyway, yeah, let's get started. And 3, 2, you guys get to see this part now. You guys didn't see this before, but I'm doing it different. I'm not going to use a producer or anything. I'm just going to do it this way and then go for it. So on the live stream, if you're watching, you'll see it this way. And actually, before I even do that, I wanted to see if I could get the chat up, but I don't think I can. Or actually, probably better for me to figure that out later. Seeing as I'm just trying to do a video now anyway. So I'll start recording. And 3, 2, I'm back again for like the 17th time with DC Worlds Collide. Now, I do like this game. I said I was going to wait like a month before I produced any content because I've only started it like 3 days ago. And you'll see how fast I progressed in like just a couple days. I started on Sunday. Today's Tuesday. I like it. I love it a lot. And for those of you who are thinking about it, who come from like Marvel Strike Force, DC Legends, games like that, what is it? Star Wars, something or another, where you have the turn-based team RPG collector game. This one is, they call it idle play, which is different, but I'm kind of liking that it's different, where basically, if you look at DC Legends, Marvel Strike, for those games, think of it in terms of sports, like you're a player in those games. And in this one, I'm a coach. So I'm trying to put all my players in the right position to like succeed. And you can do a lot of different things, but it is, I will say this, it is more simplistic than like a Marvel Strike Force. It's like on par with DC Legends, but then you have like the overall thing is way less complicated than a DC, than a Raid Shadow Legends. So it kind of fits that perfect niche for me of like a secondary game, even though it's primary for me now, like Marvel Strike Force. I've even started moving the money, my monthly budget for gaming, to DC Worlds Collide and kind of ignoring Marvel Strike Force at the moment. I still would consider Marvel Strike Force my main game, but this is the one that I'll make content on. And the one that's very quickly, it's taking up more of my hours than the other. I just go back to the other just to check up stuff and then do it. So anyway, long intro. We're gonna go over characters, a few characters, and Affinity mostly. Me learning it as well as you. So let's get to the video. All right. So then this is where the edit comes in. Hopefully, maybe I'll make the intro tonight and then release this tomorrow. Maybe I might do that. I was gonna. Well, I shouldn't even say. I'm reading the IDW Ninja Turtles now, and it's kind of taking over my evenings. All right, so let's do this real quick. And coming back in, where am I going to start? Green arrow. Coming back in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Gravity here, and this is a DC Worlds Collide video. That's going to be weird to say, and not actually going to say DC Legends, even though that game died like 2 years ago. So you saw me start off with Batman. Batman is not the one that we're going to focus on today, or he's going to come up next. But what we're going to do is I am going to go through their skills and their affinities and then link them up. So basically, and I was going to kind of spring this, but I'll show it anyway now. That's not even it. Let's go over to it. All right, so as you see here, you see this green arrow. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over and let me make sure that I'm looking good. All right, so what you'll see here is a green arrow in the middle, well, green arrow and a triangle, right? Now in this kind of map that I've made, I'm using this in order to figure out what characters I want to do next, right? So basically, the characters that I have, they have affinities towards each other. They give each other boosts when they work on a team. Now, there's other things that get factored into it, but I'm going to try to use this to evaluate 2 new characters that I just got, which are Bizarro and Ocean Master. And let's Star Sapphire. These are 3 epics that I have not yet worked on or put into Level Link, which I'll discuss in this video as well. And I want to figure out which ones that I want to do. Now, theoretically, I can just remove I don't even know if they're called epics. I think they're called something else. Like the rare characters. No, they're the elite characters. I can remove the elite characters that I have link level, but there are a couple of them, 3 of them specifically, that I'm not going to remove because they're really good, actually, even though they're elite to me so far in the game. And I'll remove the other ones, but for the exercise of the thought process that I'm going to try to use, and for those of you who have like a better thought process or have used this game or played this game a lot longer than I have, feel free to comment about how stupid I am. I'm good with it. Just comment below. So this is like the map that I'm using or that I created to show the links between the different characters. Now, we'll get into that a little. We're definitely going to get into it more. But as you see the orange line, the thick orange lines are affinities that benefit both sides. But this is rare. Not every character has that. I'll explain that. Then you have these black dotted lines. This is because I am early game. I'm just beginning. So I don't have all the characters required for that affinity, meaning Green Arrow needs Batman and someone else in order for that affinity to work. And then you have these thin orange lines where they're not as powerful affinities, but it's complete. You only need Star Sapphire in order to unlock the affinity for Raven. So we will go down the list, or at least I'm going to go down through part of the list in this video before I have to like quit, and then I'll come back and stream later. It'll be Green Arrow, Batman, Nightwing, Starfire, just to give you a heads up. Freeze, and then I'll talk about Scarecrow, and then the idea is this video is going to be more than one video the more I talk about it. And then the idea is going to be, do I put Bizarro, Ocean Master, or Star Sapphire in the level link? Now, let's get back to it. You go here, and we slide you over. So here you'll see Scarecrow, because I was trying to check for the elite. Now, it seems pretty clear to me that Green Arrow is the best character in the game. Or elite. Early game, I'm just starting, and I have a limited roster. So for me on my roster, which I can go back real quick so you can see, I am focusing really on these epics and then the legendary. I haven't gotten the legendary yet. Focusing really on these epics, and then there's a couple of elites that I have. But the epics, you get them relatively quickly and easily so you can build a team, and it feels like the elites are kind of like the bench players that you can put in for specialized stuff. Like Cheetah has a very specialized thing I like to do. Scarecrow has a very specialized thing that I like. But mostly they can just be food for things that you want to fuse later, which won't be in this video at all. So here's the thing. I'm going to go through his kit. I'm not going to go through all of their kits, right? I'm just going to go through his, and then I'm going to use him to talk about the affinities of the others. I'll do guides. Honestly, I think I'm going to do guides for all of these characters because there's not that many in the game right now because it's a new game. It's just, I don't even know if it's live in the U.S. yet. Well, I'm in Switzerland, so I don't know if this is even live in the U.S. yet. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. So basically, I'm going to go through his kit. Then I'm going to go through the affinities and how I'm kind of trying to build that affinity map for myself. And then in future videos, I'll go through each of the kits of the ones in the affinities and then the epics first and then a couple of the elites. And then we'll see how my roster grows throughout because I'm not very far, but I don't have them all. So with Green Arrow, and they show the ultimate ability first. I want to start on the basic actually. And remember as well, I'm learning this in terms of like kind of memorizing it, but I'm learning it a lot as well too. And you're gonna see the light bulb go off in my head a couple times where I'm like, oh wait. So just so you know, I'm not an expert at this at all by far at this point. Choose a specially crafted arrow at enemies dealing physical damage equal to 120%. Now they do mention physical damage versus superpowered damage, I want to say. And those are the things I'm going to get into in other videos where I'm going through the positive status effects, the buffs, the debuffs, negative status effects, those different things. That won't be in this video or the next because I'm so sure this video is going to be longer than I expected. All right, so 120% damage on the attack. And then you have the different ranks, so it's 130% now because it's up to level 2. And I'll unlock 140% when I get them to rank 9. Now, when we talk about ranks, we're talking about these stars. Now, you have 5 yellow and then 5, I'm assuming this is red. It looks kind of orange red to me. So yeah, and I think up to that 5th red star is going to be rank 10. Now, let's go on to the next one. So this is the advanced attack. This is shoots a freeze arrow at enemy, dealing physical damage equal to 110% of attack and adding 1 stack of frostbite. So now, frostbite, and I'm going to be learning with these with you too. Just trying to keep it in head. Deals physical damage equal to 15% of the attack for each stack of frost when added max 10 stacks. Now I assume that this happens, I don't know if it happens, it's probably going to happen at the end of that character's turn, the enemy's turn. That's good. And then you're going to hear me compare this a lot, especially in the beginning, to games like DC Legends, to games like Marvel Strike Force, because I'm drawing on those experiences to like figure things out. This frostbite here works like a bleed would in those games, right? And I'm sure they have bleeds, and these are just different names and different titles and different icons. But we'll see which ones are more powerful. So it's 15% of the attack, 15% of his attack damage. Now if we go to level, 15% of his attack is at 3,700, so 10% of that is 370 plus another 150. I probably don't even need to do this math right now in front of you guys. 150, 165. Anyway, so you're going to look at about 550 in terms of attack that you'll do on their turn. That math is wrong. I know it is. I'm okay with it right now, though. All right. So next up, we have the passives. And I've become a person who's very, very focused on passives. They do a lot. I love them. Increases the crit by 15% and crit damage by 15%. Crit doubles when enemies' HP is above 50%. So then the crits, is it both crit? Because they say crit. So I'm assuming they mean both crit. The crit of the damage and because they even put it down below when you see where it's unlocked and it says increases crit and crit damage by 20% instead. Crit doubles. Okay, so if it just says crit, I'm guessing that's crit chance, and crit damage is, damage. So then the crit chance doubles when the enemy's HP is above 50. So you have a 30% chance to crit. Not bad. I think this is why his AoE, which is his ultimate ability, which I'll have to discuss orders of ultimate abilities in another video as well. Like, it's going to be a lot of guides. There's going to be a lot of beginner's guides. There's going to be a bunch of stuff that I have to go over. For a game that's more simplistic, it's a lot of explaining. All right, so unleashes a rain of arrows on all enemies that hit 3 times, dealing physical damage equal to 40%, 40%, and then 75% for that last one. Right now I have it at 45, 45, and 80 because it's level 2. Then if he defeats any number of enemies, he gains a new turn. What? I did not know that. I did not know that. Then when we go to gameplay, you'll see on the left side where there's the turn. I like that a lot too, where it's like the turn order, like you have your action bar, turn, meter, speed bar, whatever every game calls something different. It's the same thing. But on the side, they show you like the order that they're going to come in. Now it is an idle game, so you can only do so much when the turn comes around. You can only really do the ultimates if you want. I put those on auto anyway, and then arrange my ultimates down at the bottom. But yeah, I like the idea of him getting a new turn. Does that mean like at the end he's going to get a turn? Or like at the end of that chain he's going to get a turn? That's cool. All right, anyway. So, or does that mean that he gets a turn? That might be where I see him do an out of turn attack at the very end of his AoE. So maybe that's where that turn comes from. Now, what we're going to do as I finish with Green Arrow, which I like Green Arrow a lot. I've put the most resources in him. I have like the best gear that I possibly could with like crit on it. And, the highest attack that I have as I'm still trying to work out. Let me see if there's another attack here. Hold on. Because I thought I saw another higher level. Side note, just so you guys know, I'm not leveling or strengthening any gear that isn't at least purple. That's the higher ones. I can get through the other levels. It might take me longer, but I don't want to waste resources. I usually start these games and just dump resources into a bunch of stuff and then regret it immediately. So now I'm taking like the very, very conservative, like pull back approach. All right, anyway, so affinities. Now the affinities are bonuses that you get when you have certain members on the team. It's kind of like them having a team, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you need all the members of Teen Titans in order for it to work. You know what I mean? So now not all of them have this team, and I want to be sure, not all of them have this team synergy. A lot of them have these allies and enemies, like all of them have these allies and enemy buffs, but not all of them have these team synergies. All deployed allies attack HP and defense plus 6%. During battle, attack of all allies with AoE characteristics increased by 8%. Now, this is, generally speaking, when I use this, and I need to be sure and be careful, because this only gets deployed when there's a certain character active. And one thing I do need to check is that it has these two things, and I think you have you have two of these characters in this list that I'm about to show be active in order for this to activate in battle. So we'll go here, and you'll see that you need Jessica Cruz. I love Jessica Cruz from DC Legends, and then watch the movies, comic books, so I'm a fan. Although I don't know how good she is in this game, because she has a very weird shield mechanic that has like terribly small shields, and I don't know that I like that. Scarecrow as well, and I do like Scarecrow a lot. And then Harley Quinn, whom rumor has it online that she's trash. I haven't had the opportunity nor the resources to invest in her yet, so I'm okay with just leaving her to the side. So it seems as though in order for me to get this team synergy to go, I need to have either Jessica Cruz or Scarecrow on the team with Green Arrow. All right, now, when we go to the regular affinities, you will see that you have attack 2.5%, 2.5%, 2.5% for HP, attack, and defense if Question is on the team. Question, I'm definitely not putting any resources into because I think he's like common or rare, whatever they call it. They all have their different categories. But I'm not putting any resources, like not any deep resources, into anything below the elite class of heroes, tunes, whatever you want to call them. And even the elite ones, I'm kind of hesitant, and I'd rather put them in level link than to waste the resources. But here's where in my map, you'll see the problem, or not the problem, but what I'm facing now. So let me get over here to this. Are you? See? There we go. So you'll see here, Batman gives this to Green Arrow, right? This dotted line. The reason it's a dotted line and it's not orange yet is because I also need Wonder Woman for this to go. So if I have Wonder Woman and Batman, it's 2.5%, 2.5%, and 5% defense. That buffs, characters with this affinity grant attribute bonuses to Green Arrow. So only to Green Arrow. Doesn't happen for anybody else. That's pretty important. And I was thinking about that while I was making this map to check before I actually started the video, but too late. Anyway, so Green Arrow will benefit if Batman is on his team, and Batman and Wonder Woman are on the team. Batman is epic. Wonder Woman is legendary. From what I heard, she's the best of the legendaries of those three that you can choose. So that's the one I'm waiting on, so I can open the cards, hopefully grab her. So now, if Batman, and this is part of where the evaluation starts to come in. So what I'm going to do is back out. I have Star Sapphire, I have Bizarro, and I have Ocean Master. These are 3 epics. Now you have this thing here called Level Link. Level Link allows you to put your top 5 characters. The one with the lowest level is what the characters that are in this level link get raised to. So Jessica Cruz is my lowest level toon, level 80. So any characters that I put in this level link will get up to level 80. Now, as I said before, I don't think I can buy another one right now, no. But I could remove Black Canary, and I'll probably end up, and honestly, I do like Black Canary. She does have a lot of heals, but I do not have, she's wasting space if I can't rank her up beyond a certain level. I can only rank her up to 4-star, and she's elite. And her heals are good, but they're not great. So I'm going to go ahead and remove her. And you can see I've already, in the process of learning, I already wasted like some of the materials that I needed. Huntress, I was using her in, Evil's Worlds or something like that. She alright, but she's only 4 elite. I'll remove her. In fact, I'll go double check Huntress to see. I can't even rank her up right now. So if I can rank them up and it doesn't interfere with any of the fusion that I need for other characters, I'll do that. But for right now, I'm removing them to free up space in the level link because I want to just keep epics in here and highly useful elite. This has to be refreshed, so I'm not adding anything there. But in the process, we're going to pretend like I only have 1 slot. I'm going to use that to evaluate whether I should use Bizarro, if I should have Ocean Master, and then Star Sapphire, who's also only 3 stars. Which one of those needs to go into the level link, okay? So that's what I'm going to use these affinities for, is that what are the benefits? So now, I've just been talking all this trash, and you guys couldn't even see it. So, you guys are coming back from an edit. The ones who watch it on stream, which I'm assuming nobody watches on stream, will already hear the part that I cut out. So basically, what happened and what I was showing was level link. What happened was I was showing level link. So if we have Green Arrow, who has these affinities with, let me go over here, with Wonder Woman and Batman, all right? So with Question, who is a rare toon, 2.5%, all the way down the board for attack, HP, and defense. I need Batman and Wonder Woman in order to get this other affinity that will grant these attributes to Green Arrow. They only get granted to Green Arrow, not to the tunes that also have the affinity. So I need Wonder Woman, who's a legendary. From what I understand, she's the best legendary so far, or one of the best in the game. I think it's her and Lex. So I've already put her down selected from those 3 that you could choose from. I picked her instead of Superman. I think it's Martian Manhunter. I picked her as a legendary I want. I haven't put a legendary yet. I'm kind of focusing on the new one because I can always come back to her. But anyway, not the point. So if Batman is the one who grants this to Green Arrow with Wonder Woman, what I'm doing in this video is through the scope of the affinity, and there's going to be other stuff in terms of their skills and everything else. I'm going to evaluate Star Sapphire, Bizarro, and Ocean Master. Now, the way I'm doing it is in level link, and you'll see that I just removed them now because I made a mistake and I had to edit. So you'll see that I have 2 removed here that could be refreshed if I push it. I'm not wasting the resources. I mean, it's an hour, I'll wait. I use level link 4. Level link gives the top 5 tunes that you have, and the one with the lowest level, any tune that's in this level link will be risen to their level without having to waste resources. I love this. This is the first time I've ever had this in a game. It's going to save so many resources. I love it. And it helps expand your roster very quickly. So in this one, I'm only trying to put epics and up. There are elite. Like you see Freeze, you see Cheetah, and you see Scarecrow. They have some things in their kit that I really do love. Like single use stuff, like single skills, there's not like a whole array of things they do, but I'll keep them in here. Now I'm evaluating Bizarro, Star Sapphire, who you already see is in here, but let's pretend like she's not. Star Sapphire, Bizarro, and Ocean Master to see which one I'm going to put in the level link. I'm going to put all of them because they're epic, but let's just pretend like I'm not, right? So basically we go back to Green Arrow, well not back to Green Arrow. Green Arrow gets an affinity from Batman. All right, cool. Now I do need Wonder Woman as well. So if he wasn't leveled up now, the potential for me to level him up would drop dramatically because I do like his skills. He does do single attack, burst damage. I'm not going to go over his whole kit now because I want to give Batman his own video the way he deserves it. And I love the art on this Batman. I love it. It's almost a Johnny Bravo style though, where he has like this big topping these tiny legs, but I do like the art on. I like all the art in this game. Anyway, so I'm not gonna go over his kit now. I'm gonna do that when I do the character guides for each one of them. So I give each of them their own video. But if I'm looking at Batman, and here's the other thing too, and this is what I really meant to do. Well, I got lost in Batman. Batman does have the team synergy, right? So that means that if I have Nightwing, if I have Star Sapphire, you see the list. And I'm just going to go over the epics. Raven as well, who I do have now, thankfully, on that pool. If I have any one of these up, I think I have 2 of these up, and I'm going to check this when I go in, then I'll get an extra 6% single target damage. Where is the drawback? Well, 1, for this team synergy, Green Arrow, who I know. Green Arrow is going to be my base, my key. He's everything I reference these things back to, or the ones that I have like leveled up higher. This removes it because this is for single target burst. This team synergy, I want to work with AoEs more than single target, even though Nightwing, another amazing tune in this game, he is single target. And I think, yeah, even in here it says like single target. He's gonna have that team synergy, and that gives 6% increased damage to single target. So I mean, it is tempting. Then when you come over here to the Affinity, you have the same situation with this Affinity that I had for Green Arrow. I have one that says 2.5% on both attack and defense, and then 5% on health. If I had Robin, I believe this is the Damian Robin, because they have Red Robin in this game, actually. And I have Red Robin, he's elite, but I don't have the actual Damian Wayne Robin right now. So, even though Batman will not benefit Green Arrow because I don't have Wonder Woman, and he doesn't receive a benefit because I don't have the Robin yet. I do have Nightwing. I've developed Nightwing a lot. I'm gonna check him out, because I feel like Nightwing is worth the investment, right? So we come back. He's the one I put the second most amount of resources into. So Nightwing's Affinity, I'm not going through his kit like I said. However, let's see. I will say that he does do, on his ultimate, it is a single target attack. So when I'm looking at Batman and Nightwing, I've already seen that, okay, I can pair them together. Because of the team synergy from Batman. He's single target, so then both of them are going to get plus 6% damage, right? Then on his Affinity, he does not have a team synergy. However, if you look, you'll see that if I have Freeze on the team, who I think are just removed Freeze from the level link. Freeze is on the team. I don't know why they have any kind of benefits. HP by 5%, defense by 2.5%. You have attack, HP and defense up by 2.5% if Red Robin is on the team, who I do have, who's also elite. And then Huntress and Nightwing kind of have the synergy going when you go into Evil's Worlds. I think that's what it's called. And you have to fight Superwoman, the evil Superwoman. When you have to fight her, they have a synergy together, or they recommend that you use those two together. So I'm not going to go to Huntress, not right now. You know why? Because there's another character that I work on who has an Affinity that gets a benefit from Nightwing, and that is Star Sapphire, his girlfriend. Her HP goes up by 2.5%, and her defense goes up by, or her HP goes up by 5%, her defense goes up by 2.5%, which is okay. So now we're looking at Star Sapphire, who does do AoE attacks on her ultimate. That would be a good thing to have with Green Arrow, right? Because Green Arrow, if you have the right team member on his team, then he's going to increase the AoE damage. It was either 8 or 6%. Let's just say 6%. So then that means that she would give 6% extra damage on her ultimate attack, just like it would also grant that for Green Arrow. And just to don't get confused, allies and enemies, that's only one way where it only benefits Star Sapphire. Team synergy benefits everybody. So that's why she doesn't have a team synergy like tag or like category that she can use, but Green Arrow does. It gives all AoE attacks 6%. So that she's going to get that 6%. There's a benefit there. So I theoretically have 2 benefits. One from Green Arrow kind of indirectly, and then one directly from Nightwing. So hey, put resources into her. Now Star Sapphire also has this thing with Freeze, where if Freeze and King Shark are on her team, now King Shark is not getting any of my resources, he's a rare. And so unless they figure out a way to give me level link to like 300 characters, he's never going to get used. Freeze, however, is in that level link. He is and I'll go over the tanks and the support and the attack later. But because he gives this benefit along with King Shark, who, as I just said, King Shark is not going to be anybody that I use. So that means that there's a good chance I'll never benefit from that affinity, which kind of drops down whether or not I'm going to invest in Freeze. I will, because he does provide other things. And again, when I go over the individual kits, I think I'll include Freeze in that because I was going to try to stick to Epic and up. But Freeze, Cheetah, and Scarecrow. I think I'll do theirs. Anyway, he does, however, provide a benefit to Penguin, who is actually a pretty good tank in the game so far in my experience. And it's plus 2% HP and then plus 4% defense, which for a tank is nice, right? So, Freeze is on that list of characters that I would be willing to put in the level link. Now we go to, and I was going to go over Scarecrow, but I'm not, because that's a kit thing that I want to go over. So now based on those evaluations, and you see how I've tried to work it out, and I'm going to try to get over to this mind map again without forgetting to pull you guys up. So now when we get to my little affinity map and we pull it out, now it kind of makes a little bit more sense of, or at least I hope it does, as to why I am doing it this way. I need to know that Batman has a team synergy with Raven, and it goes back and forth. Raven is an amazing character in this game. She can revive. I don't think she heals. She can revive. Starfire also gets a benefit over to Raven. Let's go to Raven real quick just so we see what that benefit is. So plus 2.5% and then plus 5% on the health. So just Starfire with Raven gives Raven that benefit, right? Seems like we should probably put Raven on the team. So if I'm building a team, starting off with Raven, I know Raven has an affinity with a team synergy with Batman. Okay, cool. I know that Star Sapphire gives Raven 2.5% attack, 5% HP. Okay, cool. I know that Star Sapphire, and I'll just go back so I can read it out for you. I know Star Sapphire's affinity with Nightwing gives her 5% HP and then 2.5% defense, right? Then I know going down, and I wish it was a way for me to, maybe I can do it like that. So, yeah, Star Sapphire, so that way you can see at least who I'm talking about. Now, Star Sapphire gets that benefit from Nightwing, and guess what? Nightwing does get that team synergy benefit from Batman, where he's going to be able to do plus 6% damage. So far, so good. I have Raven, Star Sapphire, Nightwing, and Batman. Batman is doing the team synergy thing. Nightwing is providing benefits to Star Sapphire. Star Sapphire is providing benefits to Raven. Easy peasy, right? Well, here's an issue. You're thinking, we just went over Green Arrow. And I'm saying this as if you guys haven't played the game, so forgive me. I sound like I'm doing an infomercial right now. You're saying like, oh, wait, so you went over Green Arrow. Green Arrow is an awesome AoE attack, right? So if I put Green Arrow over on this team, then I got a bonus AoE attack. I got a bonus single damage attack. It's good. Nope. Because whenever you do the team synergies, it does not work. You can't use more than one. So if I put Green Arrow on this team, I can either have the benefit of the increased 6% AoE, or if I put Batman on this or Green Arrow on this team, I can either have the 6% increased team synergy for AoE attacks, or I can have the 6% increase in single damage attacks with Batman and Nightwing. I can't choose both in battle. So that means that I have to decide, do I want the AoE attacks to hit more, or do I want the single damage to hit more? That's a situational thing. You can go into like waves and stuff in the main story, and I would want the AoE one more so I can just wipe these dudes out. But I can't count on both, right? So you come back over here, and you'll see Batman helps Raven, Starfire helps Raven, Nightwing helps Starfire, Batman and Nightwing help each other. You put Green Arrow in the mix, and Green Arrow will help Starfire because of his team synergy AoE. If I have Jessica Cruz or Scarecrow on the team. If I don't, she doesn't provide that benefit. And let me go just double check just so I don't say I'm saying the wrong thing. If I don't have them, then she doesn't get that benefit, right? So now you see where it kind of breaks. So I can do, if I want to do an AoE team, right? Then I can do Starfire, Raven, Nightwing, Green Arrow, Jessica Cruz, right? So there's our synergies right there. So that way I also get the team synergy of the AoE 6% increased damage. Then I also get the benefit of Star Sapphire, what she gives to Raven. I get the benefit of what Nightwing gives to Starfire. You see the point. Or I have to go the other way where I then do something along the lines of, oh, why is there a random red triangle up there? Where I do something like Raven, I want the single target damage, right? Raven, we still put Star Sapphire in because she has a benefit. She does have a benefit from Nightwing, and she'll still do damage. She'll still do very, very well. However, it's not going to have that team synergy effect. Nightwing, Batman, so Nightwing's going to benefit from Batman on the single damage for the team synergy. So you see where the like conflict comes in. You build, well, not conflict. You can see where the customization of each team can come in. I can either have it, I want it AOE, I want it single damage. I think there's also a heals one, depending, but we're just talking about this specific example for right now. All right, so I think, hopefully, that explains affinities to you. What I'm going to do now is kind of show off. I'm going to go into Evil Falls. Now, I wanted to go in here to show like damage tests, but that doesn't necessarily work. So let's go ahead and get over here. We're in Evil Falls now. I really wanted it to be where I could show like the damage for each character. It doesn't necessarily work here because you'll do damage on this character, but then they won't show you how much damage you did. So it's like, I can't really, I'm going to still try to find a way so I can indicate it. So right now I'm going to show you where the affinities come in. Let me go back to my screen of what I was building before. So we have Nightwing is in. I'm going to take Green Arrow as well. Or no, not take Green Arrow. Let's do it with the Batman thing first. So single damage. We have Batman, we have Nightwing. I'm gonna put in Star Sapphire because there's a benefit there. See, Raven can go in. Now you'll see Team Synergy activated. And actually, let me see. I think okay, cool. And then next, who is next in this? Batman, Nightwing, Starfire, Raven. This happens again. You have, if I put Superboy in, you'll see Superboy's team synergy activated. So I can just show it from here. If I go up, so if I chose Batman's team synergy, all deployed allies, plus 6%, we already talked about it, on the defense, HP, and attack, and then another 6% for the single burst. If I put in Superboy, and actually let's take Superboy out. Let's go with Green Arrow, just because that's who we've been talking about, who we've been dealing with. Green Arrow and Raven I accidentally took out. All right, so now for the Green Arrow one, all deployed attacks, 6%, we still get that 6% for the team synergy. So it seems like get a team synergy, whichever one you do, and then the AoE gets 8%. It's more than with the single 10. So that's higher. And I think it's because I have Green Arrow at a higher level, obviously, because he's up to level 100 with 1 red star. So I would select that. Now it almost feels as though I'm wasting Batman in this scenario, and maybe I should put in another AoE damage dealer, right? Someone else who can drop AoE attacks. Boop. So that is where I would say Superboy his ultimate has an AoE attack on it. So maybe this is the best way to go. Is not to put Batman in. I have 3 characters that do AoE attacks. There's a single burst damage dealer in Nightwing, but that's okay. He does still give benefits over to Star Sapphire. And then Raven we have there for, one, she does activate, she did activate Batman's, but not anymore. I guess she's not necessary anymore. But she does revive characters. So I can go into this battle with this team. So and I'll start it, but I think this will be the end of the video. A video that I'll release, but I'm sure I'll do it again. Hopefully I explained things well enough. But also, I'm still learning as well. So if there's any comments you want to give me, anything that I said that I'm sure I sounded stupid plenty of times. But if there's any comments you want to give, anything you want to say, drop them in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. See you guys next time. So. All right, so there is that one. I don't know if I like that video. I don't know if I like that video. All right, so we'll just exit out of this. I don't care about that. 4 feet. I guess that can serve as a green arrow guide too. I guess that's what I'll keep it as. And in fact, let me check here if I can get this other thing up. No, I guess not. All right. So I also wanted to do like character guides that include like their affinity. Batman, of course. He's always the first. So we can go ahead and get into him a little bit. The one thing I don't like though is that they have this thing where you can check their abilities and you can only do it once. And doing it more than once would have been nice. Okay. So how do I want to go about this? Affinities, yes. I'll still go into that, whatever the evil green power ring, whatever his name is. I'll go into there with him. The synergies I will use. I mean, I don't have Robin. I do not have Robin. And I can't even, it's not here. I'll leave it because I can't check the chat or anything. But I don't know if anybody's watching. I don't think anybody's watching. All right, so what am I gonna do? And I don't even have good gear. And here's the thing: I don't have any good gear on Batman because it feels like Batman is always the bait tune for any of these games where they're like, "You love Batman, come and play it," but he's not that good though. Like it feels like in DC Legends, Batman, like the original Batman Cape Crusader, was never good. Like he was good in the beginning for like the first 3 days, and then you kept putting resources into him, and he just kept sucking. Anyway, part of me wants to do a guide on Nightwing since he is amazing, but then maybe I should do a guide on a crappy one. Batman's not crap. He's just not good. There's a difference. I'm starting to think that Jessica Cruz is crap, and that's breaking my heart. Star Sapphire is looking like she might be. Although Star Sapphire does have a stun on her. I think it's her advanced attack, which is big. And that's one of the reasons why I really like Nightwing too. Actually, you know what? Let's try to do, I gotta be gone for lunch in a bit. Let's try to do a Nightwing guide real quick. And then I will go back to work, and then after work, maybe I'll do a couple more guides. Because I'm liking it again. It's just that I think that the guides are going to be relatively quick. I don't know if I can make a 10-minute video. Because their kits are, I mean, you can read them out. But I don't know that they're that complicated. At least not now. The rank up, I think. And then the affinities. And actually, I can explore the, yeah, you know what? I'll do it that way. What I'll do is the main guide is on Nightwing, and then I will use, that as a way to talk about those other characters that I have that give them an affinity. So now, but first thing I need to do is, which I forgot, is I need to go back and evaluate. So. Part 2's coming. And 3, 2. So, part 1 of affinities. And I guess part 1 would be what I'm going to consider to be the Green Arrow guide. Was to go over the affinities. Now, as I said in that video, I'm going to evaluate Star Sapphire, Bizarro, and Ocean Master based on their affinities, based on the roster I have, which one should be in level link if I could only put in one. So, let's get to the video. And 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Gravity here, and this is a DC Worlds Collide video. In this video, You see Bizarro here. You see the weirdo. Let me go ahead and remove this thing so it looks a little bit more purdy. See Bizarro here. I have to admit, I never liked Bizarro as a character. I just always felt bad for him. I think I said that in like a previous DC Legends video. Like I just always felt bad for the character himself. Like he tries to do good. He wants to be good. And it's just, I don't like, it bothers me. Anyway. All right, so as I talked about before, I am going to, because of how limited my roster is as well, I need to get the best. I need to get all the boosts that I possibly can. Eventually, when you're in the end game and you have all these characters, you can just mix and match and, the affinities and all that other stuff. But in the meantime, I want to build the team that's strongest to try to get through this main story content, right? Now, I will start with Bizarro and reading his kit and his affinities, but first, at the top, my highest level tunes are, you have Attack Green, that's Green Arrow. You have Tank Green, that's Nightwing. You have an Attack Red both in Superboy and Star Sapphire. Attack again, or DPS, in Jessica Cruz. Support from Raven. That's kind of where I'm stopped. I do use Two-Face as well. So support, that's red from Two-Face. The tank from Penguin, who's also red. And then you have Batman, who's also red. Now, part of this is that I have 2 of everything except red. Red, I have 5 characters. And this is a very much rock, paper, scissors game. I mean, I think you already know that, but if you're watching this video, you already know that. So I kind of want to balance out green and blue, right? Support, tank, all that other stuff. Like, for example, I have a red tank and I have a green tank. A blue tank would be nice. Now, Mr. Freeze is actually a good tank, but we're going to just say you put an epic over the elite, right? I have actually everything I need in red in terms of attack, support, and tank. I need a support in green, and I need a tank in blue. So, we go down here. We have another attack in green. So that already kind of puts Star Sapphire down. She's good. She is good. She has a stun on that advanced attack, I think I said already. But don't need that. Bizarro, we already have what is assumed to be the better red tank and Penguin in the level link. So that's another strike against him. And then we have Ocean Master, who is a green support. And we don't have green support. So far, there's one. And in fact, I'll just even do it like a game. Why not? So far, in terms of just what we need from our roster, we have Ocean Master. And like I said, I'm doing this like now. Like this is Star Sapphire. Okay, so I'm doing this now. So Ocean Master gets a point because Ocean Master is going to fill a need that I have. He's going to be green support. Okay, next. We're going to check the skills themselves. Or the affinities. Let's do the affinities because that'll be easier and then the skills will take more time. The affinities. I have nobody that she needs in order to make her better. So there's a big fat 0 for Star Sapphire is that I cannot do anything with it. Now these rank ups, it's just based on like when you get up to like rank 5, then you need that actual character shards for the epic in order to get them to that next rank. But in the meantime, you can just use the scraps of elite, and I guess those are rare, whatever they're called. You can use those scraps of characters in order to rank them up. So as a matter of fact, whichever character, because all of them are 3-star right now, whichever character I choose, I am, and everybody else is 5, which means that they all need to have their own shards in order to rank up. I need 15 more to get Batman to red star, right? Rank 6. So all of these are also 3 stars. So I'm also, whenever I put them in the level link, based on this video, I'm also going to rank them up. Now, Bizarro, let's check for his affinities. He has an affinity with Black Manta. Why couldn't I remember his name? And Captain Cold. Captain Cold, from what I understand, is pretty good in the game. Black Manta, I have no idea. I don't think he is. However, they're both elite tunes. I have them both. The likelihood of me using them is very, very low. Lex is a tune, and I want him badly, is a tune that I definitely want. And that would put a big plus in his column. Like, I'd probably give him 2 points off that. But I don't have that character yet, so I can't really use that against or for him. Next. Oh. Already a plus. Ocean Master has a team synergy. The other 2 do not. Ocean Master's about to take this. And now with this team synergy, I if I run him with Nightwing, one of my best tunes, second best on my roster, then I get this added benefit, which would be all deployed allies attack defense up every 5 times your team blocks an attack. Increase attack of all allies by 4% to a maximum of 30%. That seems kind of random as hell, but I will say this before I go into the affinities. One thing, Nightwing likes to block. The stakes apparently good for blocking. So what I did was on his gear, and gear will be a whole nother video. I have one set of block, it's a full 2-piece set, which means that his block will increase by 5%, which we like. His block right now is at 10. I want to make sure it's at the base, right? His block right now is at 10%. So then with the gear, it goes up to 15%. If I add another one, then that would go up to 20%. So every 1 in 5 times he'd be blocking, right? Cool, we love that. Okay. So now when we go, and I want to look at the attack real quick. Oh yeah, so base attack is 1728. That was actually really good. I need to start doing that more. Anyway, we'll back out. So the Ocean Master will give every 5 times something's blocked, you get 4% more attack. Is it the best energy in the world? No. But if I'm building a team where there isn't a Batman, where Nightwing can benefit off of Batman's single attack increase of 6%, and I'm building a team like Batman can't be used for whatever reason, I have a support character here who will also give him an additional. He will give him more attack percentage as he's blocking. I like that. Okay. And then his other synergies. I only have Manta unlocked, which if I had Manta and whoever this other character is, I guess it's Deadshot, I would get 10%. This would force me to evaluate whether or not Manta is viable or worth it. However, I don't have the other character, so I'm not going to waste the time on it. But right now, just because of the team synergy and all the other characters, they don't have any of the tunes fully unlocked to give them any other affinities. Ocean Master has a 2-0 lead on the other two, right? Cool. Looks like it's going to be Ocean Master. Okay. And then we go back, and I will start ladies first with her skills. So, deal super power damage. I think this is also benefiting with Superboy, but she doesn't have any affinity with him. Damage to 360% of the attack power to an enemy target, and additionally consumes 40% of collected healed amount to convert into additional power for the current. And I'll be honest with you, if anybody can explain to me what the hell that means. And additionally consumes 40% of collected healed amount. What is collected healed amount? I'm going to have to go through that again. But sure, and she adds it to her attack power. Whatever, homie. Attacks an enemy target, dealing damage equal to 120% attack power. Also additionally consumes 20% of the collected heal amount. I need to know what collected heal amount means. To convert into attack power. I'm guessing it's going to show up somewhere in her kit. Has a 100% chance to inflict stun on it, and this is the advanced attack, which this is big. I like this a lot. Has 100% chance to inflict stun on an enemy target for 1 round and marks the target for 2 rounds. When an ally attacks the marked target, Star Sapphire heals ally for HP equal to 30% of her attack power. Oh. Okay, the reason why I got excited and then suddenly not anymore is because, and I don't know, maybe this is something that I need to look into. I have a set that is a heal set, right? This heal set is currently on Raven. I don't know that she benefits from the heal set, right? The heal crit is a 5% chance of a heal crit. Yeah, I need to reevaluate that. Okay, so I guess I get confused because it's based off the attack. I would love for it to be based off of her health. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, look right there. Her health 17,000. Her attack 1,900. Which would you rather have, right? Anyway, and that's on the 30% power. All right. Then her passive. When an ally receives healing, collect 10% of the healed amount. That's where the healing collection is coming from. But then that means she needs to be paired with a healer, which Zatanna is a heals, if I'm not mistaken. However, I don't have her yet. So maybe when Zatanna comes along, she would be even more desirable. At the moment, I don't have her, so it's kind of like the stun is the best ability in her kit. For me right now at this moment, the maximum amount that can be collected is equal to 100% of her base attack power. So then it's, the most you can collect is 1,900 based on base attack. Hold up. Because the attack 1,900 that I said, the base attack is 1,100. Are you kidding me? That ain't nothing. If I gave her that 2,000, that would only heal her about 10%. Man, stun's the best thing on her kit. I wish I could look at Zatanna's kit, but I don't have it. Can we look at characters that we don't have? Nope. All right. Bizarro. She less than impressed. As you can see, I have no gear on him because he truly is someone I just pulled like before I started making these videos. So we go to his skills, and we will see. Heals himself 20% of his lost HP, which is a weird statement, and emits freeze beams. We like freeze. We like frostbite. We figured out that we like that debuff. For his from his eyes. To attack a random enemy 3 times, each adding a stack of frostbite. Yo, has a 100% chance of adding freeze. Now, so we went over this in the previous video, but frostbite, I guess at each turn, it deals 15% attack damage, 15% of his attack. So, and does it say base attack or just attack? It just says attack, so I'll go by attack. Right now, he's at, let's say it's 1,000. So then, if this skill is stacking 3, that's 45% of his attack, which would be 450 damage, which is good. It's like 50% of his attack. So then stack him with attack gear. And then actions cannot be taken, decreases speed by 25% when someone's frozen, which sounds like a stun to me, which I like. This might have just bumped Star Sapphire from, well, I mean, she wasn't in contention. Star Sapphire is like last place right now, honestly, based off of that one skill alone, and Ocean Masher being supposedly a beast already. Charges at random enemy and punches them, dealing physical damage equal to 120%. Okay, standard basic. When I unlock this, expels flames from his mouth that attack all enemies, dealing superpower damage. This, I'm thinking about Superboy when I think about the superpower damage. Am I having a lag over here, or is it just me? Oh well, we'll keep going. And adding 1 stack of weakness for 2 turns. Superhero damage equal to 40% of his attack. Adding 1 stack of weaken for 2 turns. Let's go with the weaken. Decreases attack by 8% and block break by 5%. Max 15 stacks. I could stack 15 stacks. I could just basically make you not, like you tickle. Like you're not doing any damage. Okay, I see you. And then the passive. Increases max HP by 10% at the start of battle. Bizarro gives an ally. Oh, there's something in my eye. Isn't that fun? Gives an ally with the highest max HP a flower. When this ally takes damage, I like that. That's funny. When this ally takes damage, Bizarro will share 25% of the damage, and the shared damage is additionally decreased by 30%. Okay. So, if I'm reading this correctly, let's say the damage is 1,000. He's going to take 250 as well, but overall, the damage is going to be 30% less than that. 250. So they're kind of sharing the burden. It's not a 50-50 split. It's okay. Okay, I see that. I kind of like that. It seems like a good quality for a tank. I kind of like that. Bizarro's getting points on his kit. This is becoming a hard decision. So, on the ultimate, for every stack of weaken, hey, let's put him next to Bizarro. Add one stack of bleed for 2 turns. What? Add one stack of weaken for 2 turns to each enemy with no stacks of weaken. So weaken is where decreases by 8%, block by 5. So then he's gonna weaken you if you aren't already weakened. He's gonna weaken you by 16% of your attack and 10% of your block break. At the bleed is after the end of the turn. Takes physical damage equal to 20% of the attack and decreases shields received by 10%. What? If proportion of HP is lower than 33%, the damage is doubled. If proportion of HP is lower than 33%, the damage is doubled. Wow. Bleed ignores shields and ignores its and deals its damage directly to HP. So, Ocean Master 1. Just heads up. I am thankful that I can put both of them in there, but Ocean Master 1. Easy. Easy. Yo. Easy. Deals 85% physical damage, which I don't give a damn how much damage you deal because you really are support. And applies one stack of weaken for 3 turns. It lasts for 3 turns. That's a lot of turns. Yo. Then we go to his Atlantean armor. Grants 50% block and 50% block amount to the ally with the lowest HP for 1 turn. Grants block and block amount, so I could run this dude with Nightwing for real. Grants 50% block and 50% block amount to the ally with the lowest HP for 1 turn. I mean, because I have tended to put Nightwing on the front row that's going to receive more damage because he is tanky, so he can take it. And then if it grants 50% block and 50% block amount to an ally with the lowest HP, once his HP drops, if this advanced attack goes, then this helps protect them. Grants block and block amount bonus to the 2 allies with the lowest HP. Duration. Oh, this is duration lasts for 2 turns. This is all the skill levels if I get them ranked up. Blocking and attack reduces damage by the defender blocking the amount. Physical damage is reduced by a further 20%. Okay. When an ally blocks an attack, Ocean Master will launch 1 counterattack at the damage dealer. So if Nightwing blocks it, he'll attack him. I keep using Nightwing because that's one of that blocks. Additionally, gains 1 move to attack the damage dealer. Counter uses basic by default unless otherwise specified. Can I otherwise specify that? Can I change that to the freaking advanced attack? Blocking an attack reduces the damage. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So Ocean Master 1. He is the one that I will put into. Wait. Oh, his max level is 100. I was like, he's not level 100 right now. Now, based on everything I read in terms of the kits for the gear that I want to put attack gear on Bizarro. With him, it's a lot of blocking stuff. So if I had block gear, that's what I would put on him. I'll put attack on him for the time being because that's what I have like spare. But I do have this one helmet that's block. I need 2 block like pieces in order for it to be something that's viable. I don't think I have another block piece at all that isn't on Nightwing. And no stay on Nightwing. But I think I'll go get some block equipment for him. Actually, what I will do in the meantime is just so I'll auto equip just so that they have it. Oh, here's a bunch of health. They gave him a bunch of health. Okay, cool. Bizarro auto equip. It should be a bunch of attack. They put the crit on him, which makes sense. They put a bunch of HP on him. I don't like that at all. Let's replace that. And there's plenty of attack gear. Why'd you put the... What are we really doing? Replace. And then either one. Does this one have a... Alright, so we'll just go with this one. Whatever, doesn't matter that much. So then, why did they put HP on this dude? See, this is why you do stuff manual. Alright, so because a lot of his attack, the bleeds and everything else, was it the bleeds and the freeze? When you get these abilities, when you get these debuffs put on you and it's based off his attack, yeah, I want his attack to be higher. So his attack is 965, and I didn't make it to 1,000. Yay! And then the belt. See, here's the thing. I do want him to have crit damage at a certain point, but seeing as how you can't get like all 6, there's not a benefit to having an additional attack set on him. So I might as well put crit on him or something like that when I get it. So now what we will do is Ocean Master, since there's a tie, so I put them all in. Ocean Master won the rank up battle. So we don't want to use any of the freeze. So max that out. Cool. Scarecrow I do use. Harley Quinn we know or supposedly is terrible. Captain Cold is good, supposedly. Black Canary I want to use. Let's go with Red Robin. How about that? Max that out. Okay, confirm. And then here, auto select, confirm. So I will rank up Bizarro as well later. If I don't rank him up to rank 5 first, I might, because I'm really liking his kit. And then this is an Affinity. Yep, boop. We got another rank on there. Boop. Okay, cool. Now, in the level link, what we will do, so I can save on resources, the other ones are not refreshed yet. Ocean Master gets plopped right on in, and now he's at level 80. Bet. And does that open up his other skills? Yes, it does. So, Ocean Master's in there. Yeah, I'm going to put Star Sapphire and Bizarro in this, or at least Star Sapphire in there. That's fine. 15 minutes Bizarro goes in there. But this is the evaluation process I have for their affinities. Hopefully, you found the video helpful. I learned a lot in the video, honestly. And I'm going to do another character, like I'm going to start the character guides, but I think I need to also do a guide on the buffs as well. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, hit subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. See you guys next time. Okay. Actually, I had to get used to it. Like I'm still streaming. I had to get used to the concept of like, usually when I get done, it's a different mood. Anyway, Ocean Master is impressive. And so what I'll count this as is like their kits. Like that's the guide for Ocean Master, Star Sapphire, and Bizarro for the time being, their evaluation. The only kits or the only guys I feel comfortable with doing are like the ones who are at the top. Green Arrow, Nightwing, Starfire, Superboy, Jessica Cruz. Because I've used them a lot. Raven, Two-Face, Penguin and Batman. Batman, yes. Penguin I haven't used as much. But I'm about to go play a little bit more. Or I'm going to play a little bit more. Maybe that's what I'll do in the next stream is just play with them. And see what the business is. But yeah, those I'll do a kit for Green Arrow. Do a kit for. I kind of feel like I have to do one for Batman because Batman. But I guess Green Arrow first, maybe. Anyway, I think that's what it will be. So for right now, I gotta dip because I gotta get back to work. Lunchtime is over, and then once I'm done with this meeting, my boss knows I didn't even get home until 11:30 last night, traveling from Geneva. I had so many meetings all day. I was exhausted. So I will probably even clock out a little bit earlier today. I'm